I'm Richard Nongard with SubliminalScience.com. And as a licensed mental health professional and as a clinical hypnotherapist, people ask me all the time, how can meditation be beneficial to them? Well, meditation has been demonstrated to be very useful in attaining both physical benefits as well as emotional benefits. Many people who are unfamiliar with meditation and meditation techniques associate it, of course, with Eastern religions. And although meditation techniques are often associated with certain religious practices, every single religion from both a Eastern and Western tradition incorporates elements of meditation in its practice. What I'm going to discuss, though, is not religious meditation. I like to refer to this as medical meditation or sometimes as secular meditation, because regardless of what faith tradition you come from, the techniques of meditation have been demonstrated in outcome-based treatment studies to be very beneficial to individuals. Of course, right now, in the mental health community, the rage is mindfulness-based stress reduction, using the techniques of mindfulness meditation. Of course, ACT, acceptance and commitment therapy, also in a therapeutic context, uses mindfulness meditation, as well as other treatment modalities that traditional therapists use to treat psychiatric conditions such as borderline personality disorder, even eating disorders, and other mental health conditions. Most recently, dialectical behavioral therapy has incorporated as a major component the techniques of mindfulness meditation. I also think that hypnotherapy, although some want to draw a dichotomy between hypnosis and meditation, can use the techniques of mindfulness-based meditation, particularly cognitive-based hypnotherapy, and what I refer to as skill-building hypnosis or advanced parallel programming. And I want to take a couple of minutes to simply overview how mindfulness-based stress reduction or the techniques of mindfulness meditation can be practiced by a newcomer. First, you can do meditation any way you want to. I'm wearing loose clothing, the kind of clothing that a person might wear to the gym. But you can actually wear any kind of clothing you want to. The key is simply to be comfortable. Even more important than being comfortable, though, is being accepting of the learning process that you're engaged in. You can do meditation lying down on a yoga mat or even on the floor or a bed. You can do it in a chair, as I'm sitting in, or you can do meditation in a formal posture or pose, often from the yoga positions, using a zafu and a zabuton. I have here a couple examples of that. You've certainly seen people sitting in a meditative or a yogic posture. This is a zafu, and it sits on the zabuton, and it supports a person as they participate in meditation using specific postures which are designed to help a person to achieve a state of calm, tranquility, and comfort. One, of course, does not need to use the formal accoutrements of meditation, such as these. One can simply use a chair or lie on the floor. By the way, I do find the zafu and the zabuton to be a quite comfortable way of sitting. I'll demonstrate that here quickly, and then I'm going to move back to the chair, though. And the reason why I find it comfortable is it really does provide good support and can allow a person's back to be erect during the process of meditating. It really is quite relaxing to be in this position. There are many different positions that one could use the zafu and the zabuton for, and many different positions one can use simply utilizing a chair. By the way, people often ask me, where do you get those cool meditation mats? Mine have dragons representing power. These were handmade for me by Marcia Wagner at the, I want to get this URL correct, shadeofthebow.tree.com. That's shadeofthebow, B-O, tree.com. And these were handmade for me. At least this one here was made by Marcia. And it is filled with the zafu is filled with buckwheat hull. And it's really an excellent handmade product at a reasonable price. Mindfulness is simply the idea of paying attention in a certain way. mindfulness meditation is about living in the present. It has been said that 80% of our thought is in the past and 15% of our thought is in the future, leaving only 5% of our thought to the present. And what mindfulness meditation tries to do is involve a person in the present, so that at any time while experiencing stress or difficulty or anxiety or uncertainty or discomfort or pain, a person can move from either the past or the future back to the present. The truth is, in life, we can't change the past, and we truly can't predict the future. But what we can do is be self-directed in the present. And mindfulness meditation is all about increasing a person's skill and ability to pay attention in a certain way. There are certain skills associated with a therapeutic process called dialectical behavioral therapy, which I think are excellent core skills for those learning basic meditation techniques. And in a few minutes, I'm going to guide you through a basic meditation process. But I want to talk about these core therapeutic skills, which I think, whether a person is in therapy or not, can become part of any meditative experience. The first principle or core skill is observation. And as a person is meditating, either in the chair or using the zafu, focusing on feelings, thoughts, and the sensations that a person is experiencing at that very moment are the keys to observation. The second thing really is future-oriented, and that is to describe verbally with words or in written form the process. And after meditation, many people find it beneficial to, at that point, be doing a journaling assignment as part of a psychotherapy process. Whether you're in psychotherapy or not, though, journaling is an excellent way to see your own solutions in your own handwriting, staring you back in the face. And the third element or core skill is participation. I think it's essential to fully participate in the process of meditation without self-condemnation, without self-consciousness, and to give yourself permission to engage in the process. I have to admit that the very first time I sat on a zafu and crossed my legs and found myself in a posture familiar to those with the meditation from an Eastern position, I felt a little odd or a little strange. And it wasn't something that was natural to me, but it was something that was essential in order to begin practicing the principles of effective mindfulness-based stress reduction. The fourth element or core skill is non-judgment. This is a really important skill to practice. We tell ourselves all the time negative self-talk. And one of the core values or biases in mindfulness-based meditation is to just experience thoughts without judgment, without self-judgment, without self-condemnation, and without self-consciousness. Simply and fully accepting the present as it is at that exact moment. By the way, one element of non-judgmentality that I think is important is, of course, when you begin to practice on a daily basis, not to become judgmental in the opposite direction, saying, wow, am I not now a fantastic meditator? Non-judgment simply means that we see the moment as the moment is, apart from any connection to the moralisms that we may have had, the condemnations we may have had, or the thoughts that have distressed us in the past. The fifth element is one-mindedness, focusing on a single task. As a therapist, I've seen people try to make changes and fail because they tried to make too many changes at one time. When learning meditation techniques, simply become one-minded, focusing on simple tasks. The meditation that I'm going to guide you through is really a very simple meditation. It can be accomplished in 5 minutes a day, and practicing it 2 or 3 times a day will help you to begin to attain the physical and mental benefits associated with mindfulness-based stress reduction and mindfulness-based meditation.